Now, Uncle Demi has, like, the community lately, period, has just been going in a little fluster, right? Tweets from back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back. Just YouTubers, like, and mind you, this is not sneak dissing, but this is, I want you guys to go along the lines of, I'm trying to communicate this because everybody has different communication understandings and how they comprehend and hear things, right? Everybody's different. Everyone has just been tweeting like certain things that's a bold message, but it's to the whole community. Like, it's not singling nobody's out, but it's singling a certain section or a group of people out. Now, he said an open letter to fellow creators. See, fellow creators. See what he's saying? So words matter when you pairing them up together. This is why the devs always gotta tweet things carefully, because if they don't, it can lead to other people understand. Lead to other people knowing things. Let me not act like I can't say that. But it'll lead to other people knowing things and be like, okay, so if they're saying this, then that has to be that. Just that mental. Why should your voice carry more weight than the average gamer? This question stems from my disdain for entitlement, something I strive to avoid appearing as. I could easily lobby for game changes that cater to me or my community. And remember, this man goes to community day and stuff, so he's around the people, and certain people on 2K probably follow him, right? But does that truly benefit the broader gaming community or simply serve my personal interest and play style? I challenge you creators to convince me why you should voice your supersede the collective voice of the community. I don't know. I think I just don't know what that word is. How he throwing it in there. But I get what he's saying. Okay. So that depends. See, we in these times where it's like people forgot how to be genuine or real. There's so many words you want to call for it, but just be straight up with certain things. Or even be balanced. That's another thing too. The balance is missing too with certain people. Now, let me read these comments right here before I give my response. Correct me if I'm wrong, and you know me and you cool, but don't adrenaline bars cater to your community, Sim? Now, this is like a big thing going on with 2K. It's like a battle between everybody. I'm more on the side where when I be talking, when I be speaking, it's gonna bring everybody's together. If they can find balance to make things good, like back then, even since 19, 20, 21, I still no 21. No, because they had that's when the first speed boost started. Think about it, y'all. I'm on point with this. Remember, that's when we first experienced the first quick step. And 21, that's when we first experienced it. And people would have that, they would do that super little speed. And you gotta catch up to them. You gotta hope you catch up to them. People were speeding all fast. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about on current gen. Next gen, it was a little different, but still, come on now. That's when it first started. So that already let me know little things like, yo, if y'all really could think back and put the pieces together with that, right? Now, the adrenaline bars, he said cater, but don't adrenaline bars cater to your community, Sim? No, not really, because there's still people who think Sim is just simple, and I'm not saying I'm Sim. I don't know what they mean by that. Like, I don't know. That's why I was saying IRL. I just make my player. I play like it's like real life. Like some people have certain patterns they're just gonna do up the court, and once you bite on a pattern a certain way, it's a natural muscle memory. Like when Steezo and the other dribblers do their move, it's a natural muscle memory to do another move off of it, because it's just like riding a bike. So it's the same thing with me, how I do certain moves. And if you guys watch some of how I play, people could look at how I play and tell it's different. You go watch my last video, me playing on a PG, you could tell I play different. That's no handles for days. You could just tell. Even if I'm not doing the same dribble move combos, yeah, I'm taking less time to do my moves, but I still would categorize myself as going into the comp lane. I like building certain different builds, playing against comp. That's really what I like to do. Even when I played Call of Duty back in the day, I didn't like just playing and beating the noobs. You start to realize in your mind, like, damn, I could beat the noobs all day. The game gets boring. Like, it's nobody. That's what I mean by being real. It's nobody real to be like that. You're gonna get bored. It's fun sometimes, that whether you was playing against your homie, he had his build that he always talking about was the best build, and this build's really nasty. And you got your nasty build, and y'all have y'all badges. Okay, you got your setup going against people. 2K just don't got it where it's a balanced a certain way where people could really feel good about it. Like, so yes, I feel like when it comes to a player, a creator voicing their opinion, yes, it does matter. It depends. This is why 2K should do tests and go and do tests to see how a creator would make adaptable situations for all playstyles. See how I can even notice, I'm aware that there's different communities, so I don't go against a community, or I would never be like, yeah, patch them all the way out the gate. I would never say that. I still would want, okay, if the ISOers, because ISOs are part of basketball, there is, even in basketball, where if they want to give somebody the ball, right, and he's just cooking by himself, he can do that. And then there is people who can, yes, pat dribble, do crazy little combos, switch it, crazy crossovers, move at quick speeds. So they have to, on a technology side, know how to implement this stuff so it's not too overpowered. So I'm already knowing that's not even like, how could I put it? I don't look at it, and I always know when I'm playing 2K, they're not going to have the best 100% logics to make defense work 100% great. It's like little codes and cracks you have to find by experience playing the game and realizing, okay, each time I used to hold down too much on the LT and crawl, he would get past me when he did that certain move. You have to be paying attention and analyzing. That's what I do. So you then learn how to make your own defensive mechanics and mechanisms against players. Now, if they can have it to where they had badges, like even if players were doing their crazy dribbling and stuff like that, it was in 17. It was a balance. Like, you can still clamp a good player up. 18, it was the year of the centers shooting. There was still guards and stuff, but it was the year of the centers. 20, you still had it to where you can clamp good defenders. Look at my defensive, like, look, I have a video, 200,000 views, I believe. NBA 2K20 defense tutorial. Crazy, because they had good defensive mechanics. Even though a player could do all these crazy moves and lose you, if you knew how to play defense, you can get yourself a stop, guaranteed. So that's why sometimes we get lost, and I feel like the devs could start doing that. There's points in times where they want to, okay, arcadey. Then we're seeing now they going ultralistic. I've been making videos for a minute. If people are really loyals and people are really like been watching, I've been making videos for a minute saying they're going down the IRL route. I said, hold up, they making the E-League. Remember, we was going through 2K cycles waiting for the next 2K, and there was no E-League. We were waiting, like, okay, I remember when 16, 17 first came, then 18, then 19. Remember, after 19, the E-League came. So remember, we went through those other years having 2K drop, and there was no pros. There's no, oh, he's a pro player, he's this guy. No, there's none of that. So understand, you guys got to start understanding, okay, just from that point, just from that point there, I'm a realist. I'm never a type of person who's going to stay stuck in, yeah, 2K is going to always cater to keeping Sunset Beach. I knew different changes was just going to come, 100% different changes, because I'm like, they get in a pro league. Then I go deep with thinking at times. I'm like, so if they making a pro league, they're gonna have to change certain mechanics, because the pro league's not gonna look like this arcadey basketball. Like, I understand that's the way people want to play. I'm not gonna sit and be mad against it, and every day I'm upset. Oh, this and that. The left right I complain about is just a faulty mechanic on 2Ks, and that's why I truly blame 2K, the devs, for having the left right be able to turn their body fully to the side and then turn back around fully to the side and speed boost off. That's the fakeness of it. I don't mind somebody cooking up combo, even if he want to waste the clock and dribble. I know what to do when somebody's doing that. You just automatically getting the ball if you have good defensive structure, and somebody's just dribbling the shot clock out and then wants to shoot at the end. What? Wasted a lot of it. Well, come on, think of, that's what I mean. Like, other 2Ks, that didn't matter. People that did that, like, yo, that's when we really was in the stage and stuff. People that did that and would dribble out the whole clock literally clamped. literally would lose the game. It was the people still, remember, people were still using screens, brick wall screens, just like how you do in Comp Pro Am. Now they don't need it because of the left-right mechanics. Like, I really like 2K. I really study the game, look at certain things, how the game developed quickly just in my mind, and I can really just speak on the fly like this about it. Because I noticed the changes. People don't need that. You can see way more ISO play out from a 6'9" to a small build. You can just left, right, quick drop. They can get it. It's way more ISO. Back then, picks were still needed. Brick wall was still needed. So players had to be good using that pick and roll. And that still like slows down. It's way worse that you get ISO'd more. The new players will be complaining. Or well, yeah, it's way worse. Y'all get ISO'd way more. I see nobody can really play good ISO defense a lot of times when you play in the park. Everybody's always getting dunks off easily. So that's my response. The game is unbalanced. You'll have a lot of people. This is probably like an ISO player, and he's gonna start with the sim. Then Uncle Demi said definitely not sim community, bro. I'm a park player. I feel like that's the problem with the 2K community. It's so many different communities, but it's really, how could I put this? Like, I mean, that's how it always is though, because there's different minds. People want to play different. People want to play different ways. People want to enjoy the game in a different light. It's different minds. This is why you work on a community. That's why when I say the community I'm in, I love the fact that, okay, you could be playing against this player, right? Let me make an anime analogy, because I know it could be some anime people since I'm talking about this and stuff like that, the playstyles. You see how Naruto got different, and then I'm gonna do Dragon Ball Z because I know it's different people that don't know certain things. You see how Goku has different abilities than Vegeta. Naruto got different abilities than Sasuke. I like that same aspect in 2K. You could be playing against an ISO god, but you have your own playstyle. That's what I like. People coming, because there's so many different playstyles it could be. It's like we're creative as people. We're very creative. People sleep on it, but it's so many things that can just derive like based on how a player plays, because it's just his natural muscle memory. What he learned playing the game is the same way as if somebody in real life is playing, and he has natural ways that he did certain moves and he can teach it to other people, and somebody else probably has better moves in his bag or different moves in his bag. You know, it's just people, there's different powers. You see what I'm saying? Sasuke probably could have got Naruto out of there. Naruto could probably get Sasuke out of there. Goku could have got Vegeta. Vice versa. It's the same way. If it went, it's the same way. Not to say, who could? They just both have that crazy power where they can hurt each other. Or 2K versus 2K's, in 2K words, we can win a game against each other or destroy each other in our own way, whether we cooking in this playstyle or we cooking in that playstyle. It can happen. Tyceno's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. He played his playstyle and have won many wagers against people that was left riding, people that was doing the post hook little thing. So this is just the perfect examples to make my points on the fly. No paper written down, just things that is just like it shows. So this is what the community has to work on. Stop doing the slight sneak dissing and stuff like that. You see how I do say I'm the IRL play style. I play IRL like just meaning I reactionary play. I dribble like based off what's happening in the game. I'm not really just going up to say, okay, I'm gonna start doing this combo, then to go to this combo, and if he bites off, you know, it's different. It's just it depends how the game's going out. You know, I always doing something random. Right? We have that. You have the ISO gods. Some people will say they're park players. Some people say they sim, but I don't. We have to learn how to be able to mesh it together. Everybody's playing their own play styles. Nobody's getting mad. Even if somebody's wasting the clock, if 2K has the moves in there, they have that free will to play that way. You want to understand? And why am I getting to this point? Because it's a virtual park game. It's just like if somebody went outside. Somebody could really do that if they want to. Come outside and be dribbling and wasting the clock and stuff. It's your choice to go press them, double team them, trap them. Some people just don't want to do that. Think about it. It's their free will to really be back there doing those moves and then sitting there doing that. 2K just has to, therefore, for the players that have to, if they have to deal with that, upgrade and enhance the defensive mechanics. So things like that, even if they were doing that, or just go back to how they used to have it. They used to have it like this. If they was dribbling and wasting the clock and doing all that in the backcourt and just wasting the time, their shot will go down. Some dribblers still could come down and still make it, but their shot still gets a decrease. And that's fair. That's fair. It's just realistic and fair. It's like, okay, if somebody really was doing that IRL, or just that the natural game of basketball, you're gonna be tired after some time. You're gonna be having to breathe, or you're not gonna have the same leg strength. Like if you really hoop before, you're not gonna have the full strength as if you didn't do all that and just you came down and you probably did a little bit snatch shot, you know. So I'm not against dribbling. I would never be. Like, that's the most beautiful part of basketball to me. I don't think. And shooting, dribbling, shooting, dunking is really like, you can dunk, cool. I really like it when it's like you see like smaller guys dunk, but that don't even really impress me anymore. I'm really more jellies, the fillets, because I know how what's harder in real life. So I just pair that up with the game. But in the game is different, you know. Dribbling is the most thing people look at, high skill, real skill, like in depth, and it is. If you think about it, it is, because there's so many ways you can flick the stick and go crazy. So this is my response to this. I feel like if you get some honest creators in there, you will see real good balances. Creators that can understand the community, like I understand it. I still do Dribble God versus Dribble God and react to dribblers and still can see their art and look at it and be like, yo, this is tough. So that's what people just have to learn. It's not hard to do that. It really isn't. Doesn't mean you have to 100%, oh, that's how I'm going to play too, or I don't get it. Y'all hit that like. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I'll see y'all in the next one.